Hi. Welcome back to Daily English. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. How long have you been learning English?
And before you answer, please don't say, since forever.
Because honestly, Alex, that might be my answer.
Since forever?
I studied English yesterday. I studied English last month. I studied English last year. And somehow, when someone suddenly asks me, "So, what do you think about this?" my brain says, "We have no English available at this time."
Exactly.
And maybe that happens to you too. You know grammar, you recognize words, you can understand videos, you can read articles, but then someone speaks to you in real life, and suddenly your English feels smaller.
If that sounds familiar, I want you to hear something important. You may not have a knowledge problem. You may have a practice problem.
So you're saying I don't necessarily need another giant vocabulary list?
Sarah, your vocabulary notebook already needs its own apartment.
That's true.
You might not need another year of collecting English. You may need a better way to use the English you already know.
And that changes everything.
Because today, we're going to look at the habits that can keep English learners stuck and replace them with practical habits that help you actually communicate.
And we're not just going to talk about them. You're going to practice them with us.
So let's start right now.
Don't think too much. Complete this sentence. I usually feel nervous when I have to speak English because...
Finish the sentence out loud.
Maybe you said, because I don't know enough words, or because I'm afraid of making mistakes.
Whatever you said, keep it in your mind, because before this episode ends, we're going to challenge that reason.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alex.
And you're listening to Daily English.
Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Daily English, because every episode is designed to help you speak more naturally, build confidence, and learn real English conversations you can use in everyday life.
But first, we have to answer one big question. Why can someone study English for years and still struggle to speak?
That's where we need to start.
Alex, I think many learners believe there's something wrong with them. They say, I've been learning English for 5 years, but I still can't speak properly.
And the first thing I want to say is, don't turn a skill problem into an identity problem.
What does that mean?
It means there's a big difference between saying my speaking needs practice and saying I'm bad at English.
One describes a skill.
The other attacks the person.
That's important.
Imagine someone who has watched hundreds of football matches but has never played football.
They might know every rule.
Exactly.
They could explain offside better than the referee.
That's right. But if you put them on the field, they still need practice. English can work the same way. Reading and listening give you exposure, but speaking requires production.
So understanding English isn't the same as producing English.
Exactly. You can recognize a phrase when someone says it, but that doesn't mean you automatically produce it quickly during a stressful conversation.
That's why I sometimes hear a sentence and think, oh, I know that. Then 5 minutes later, I need the same sentence and it disappears.
Your brain has apparently opened a lost and found department.
With very poor organization.
But this is fixable. Your goal isn't to know every English word. Your goal is to become better at using the English you know.
So maybe the problem isn't, I need more English.
Sometimes the better question is, how can I use my English faster, more flexibly, and with less fear?
That's a completely different question.
And a much more useful one.
Curious. So what are we doing wrong?
Let's look at 3 common traps.
Right. Trap number 1?
Trap number 1, studying English without producing English.
Like watching videos for 2 hours but never answering a question?
Exactly. Watching English can be useful. Listening is important. But if all you're learning is input, your speaking muscles don't get enough work.
So I can't just sit on the sofa and hope fluency walks into the room.
Unfortunately, no.
Fluency refuses to deliver itself.
Apparently. Trap number 2 is translating every sentence.
Oh, I know this one. I think in my first language, translate it into English, check the grammar, search for a word, and then the conversation has already moved to another country.
Exactly. Translation can be useful for learning, but during a fast conversation, translating every sentence creates extra mental work.
So should I do instead?
Build ready-to-use English patterns.
Like,
For example, I'm not sure, but I think. From my experience, the main reason is, what I mean is, let me put it another way.
those are like bridges.
Exactly. They help you start speaking while your brain prepares the rest.
And trap number 3?
Trap number 3, waiting to feel ready.
That's a big one.
Many learners think, I'll speak when my grammar is better.
Or I'll speak when I know more vocabulary.
But speaking is one of the things that helps develop those abilities. You don't wait for confidence and then practice. Often you practice and confidence follows.
So confidence isn't the entrance ticket.
It's one of the results.
Your English doesn't have to be perfect before you use it.
It has to be useful.
Okay, let's make this practical.
Absolutely. Our first method is called the 3-second start.
That sounds dangerous.
It's actually very simple. When someone asks you a familiar question, don't spend 10 seconds building a perfect answer in your head. Start within about 3 seconds.
Even if the answer isn't perfect?
Especially then. You can begin with a simple phrase. I think. In my experience. For me. I'd say, personally.
These phrases give you a little runway.
Exactly. Let's demonstrate. Sarah, what do you like doing in your free time?
I like going for walks because it helps me relax after a busy day.
Good. Now let's make it faster. Sarah, what do you like doing in your free time?
I'd say I really enjoy walking because it helps me relax after a busy day.
Notice the difference?
I didn't wait for the perfect sentence.
Exactly. Now it's your turn. What do you usually do after work or school?
Start with one of these. Usually, after work, for me,
Now finish your answer.
good.
Remember this. A simple sentence that starts is more useful than a perfect sentence that never arrives.
That's going on my wall.
Make sure you leave space for your vocabulary notebook.
What about translating in your mind?
Let's work on that with our second method, phrase blocks.
Phrase blocks.
Instead of learning hundreds of individual words, learn useful groups of words that naturally appear together. For example, don't only learn decision. Learn make a decision, a difficult decision. I'm trying to decide. It's hard to decide.
So when I need the idea, I don't have to build the entire sentence from individual bricks.
Exactly. You're storing useful combinations.
So let's practice.
I'll give you a situation. You don't understand what someone said.
Could you say that again?
Good.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Excellent.
Could you explain what you mean?
Perfect. Notice that we aren't memorizing one word. We're building communication tools.
That's much more practical.
And here is another important point. Don't memorize these phrases like a robot.
Beep, beep, English activated.
Exactly. Use them as flexible building blocks. For example, what I mean is that I need more time. What I mean is that I agree with you. What I mean is that I'm not completely sure.
Same beginning, different message.
That's the power.
So the goal is not to memorize more and more.
The goal is to make useful English easier to access.
I'm worried about forgetting words.
Excellent question. This is where many learners panic.
The word disappears. Gone.
Then the learner thinks the conversation is over. It isn't. You need a recovery strategy.
Teach me.
Strategy 1. Describe it. Suppose you forget the word kettle.
I can say it's the thing you use to boil water.
Exactly. Strategy 2. Give an example. If you forget appointment, you might say the time when you're arranged to see a doctor.
So I don't have to stop.
Correct. Strategy 3. Use a simpler word.
If I forget exhausted, I can say very tired.
Exactly. And strategy 4, ask for help. What's the word for, I can't remember the exact word, but do you mean?
That's powerful.
Because communication doesn't require perfect memory. It requires the ability to keep going.
So instead of saying, I forgot the word, so I'm terrible at English, I can say, I forgot the word. Let me explain it another way.
Exactly. A missing word is a small problem. Giving up because of it is the bigger problem.
I really like that. Let's put all of this into a real situation.
Good idea. Imagine you're in a meeting at work. Your manager asks, what do you think we should do next?
Oh no!
Why, oh no?
Because suddenly, every English word I know has taken a holiday.
Fair enough. Now, Sarah, give me a weak response.
I don't know. Maybe we can, I think.
That's realistic. Now let's improve it. Start with a phrase block.
I think the best option would be to review the results first,
Excellent. Then give a reason.
because that would help us understand what is working and what needs to change.
Good. Now add flexibility.
But I'm open to other ideas.
Excellent. Listen to the complete answer.
I think the best option would be to review the results first, because that would help us understand what is working and what needs to change. But I'm open to other ideas.
That's a strong professional response.
And it isn't complicated.
Exactly. You don't need a speech. You need a clear structure. Opinion, reason, flexibility.
Opinion, reason, flexibility.
Now you try. Imagine your colleague asks, what should we improve in our team?
Start quickly. I think,
Give one reason.
and if you want, finish with, I'm open to other ideas.
Great.
But what about grammar mistakes?
You will make them.
Thank you for the confidence.
I mean that positively. Mistakes are part of communication practice. The important question is, what do you do after the mistake?
Do I stop and correct myself every time?
Not every time. If the meaning is clear, keep going.
And if the mistake changes the meaning?
Then correct it naturally. For example,
Yesterday, I went to the office.
good. You corrected yourself and continued.
No 10-second apology.
Exactly.
No dramatic funeral for my grammar.
Please don't hold a funeral. Another useful phrase is, sorry, what I mean is, then continue.
What I mean is that I wanted to ask about tomorrow's meeting.
Perfect. Remember, a mistake is a moment, not your identity.
That's another one worth remembering.
Your goal isn't to speak without mistakes. Your goal is to become better at recovering from them.
Let's put everything together.
Let's do it.
Alex, I wanted to ask you something. What do you think is the biggest mistake English learners make?
I'd say they sometimes spend too much time preparing and not enough time actually communicating.
I agree. I used to think I needed to know every word before I could speak.
And what changed?
I started practicing short answers every day.
Did it feel uncomfortable at first?
Very. My first answers were so slow that I think my sentences needed traffic lights.
That's a serious traffic problem.
But I kept going.
What did you do when you forgot a word?
I described it.
And when you made a grammar mistake?
I corrected it if necessary and continued.
And when you didn't know what to say?
I used a sentence starter. For me, I'd say, from my experience,
Excellent.
and I stopped trying to sound perfect.
That's a major change.
I started trying to sound clear.
And that is the difference we want viewers to remember. Now it's challenge time.
No overthinking.
You have approximately 3 seconds to start each answer.
Your brain is not allowed to schedule a meeting.
Exactly. What is one English skill you want to improve?
Start with, I'd like to improve.
A possible answer is, I'd like to improve my speaking confidence because I want to communicate more comfortably at work.
What usually makes you nervous when speaking English?
Start with, I usually feel nervous when...
One possible answer, I usually feel nervous when I have to answer quickly.
What do you do when you forget a word?
Try to describe the word instead of stopping.
A possible answer is, if I forget a word, I try to explain what I mean in a different way.
What is one English habit you want to change?
Start with, I want to stop.
Maybe, I want to stop translating every sentence in my head.
Last one. What will you practice tomorrow?
Make it specific. Tomorrow, I'll practice.
Excellent. You just completed a speaking challenge.
And you didn't need perfect English.
You just needed to begin.
Now, let's turn today's lesson into a 7-day challenge.
Keep it simple. You only need 5 to 15 minutes a day.
Day 1. Choose 5 questions you can answer about yourself. Practice starting each answer within 3 seconds.
Don't chase perfect answers. Just start.
Day 2. Choose 5 useful phrase blocks. For example, I'd say, from my experience, what I mean is, I'm not completely sure, but could you say that again?
Practice making your own sentences with each one.
Day 3. Record yourself answering 3 simple questions. Listen again. Don't count every grammar mistake. Listen for clarity, speed, and confidence.
Day 4. Practice recovering from mistakes. Say something incorrectly on purpose. Then correct yourself. Yesterday I went to work.
Train your brain to keep moving.
Day 5. Do a 5-minute role play. Imagine you're in a workplace conversation, meeting, restaurant, classroom, or social situation.
And yes, you can talk to yourself. The English police will not arrest you.
Probably not.
Day 6. Record a 1-minute answer without stopping. Choose a simple topic. My typical day. My job. A place I enjoy. Something I want to learn.
If you forget a word, describe it. Don't stop the recording.
Day 7. Record the same type of answer again, then compare it with Day 3 or Day 6.
Are you speaking faster?
Are your ideas clearer?
Are you starting more quickly?
Are you recovering more easily?
Are you translating less?
Those are meaningful signs of progress.
Not perfection.
Progress. So, if someone remembers only 3 things from this episode, what should they remember?
First, don't confuse knowing English with being able to use English quickly. Second, practice useful phrases and communication strategies, not only individual words. And third, don't wait until you feel confident to speak.
Speak in order to become more confident.
Exactly.
And if you've already spent years learning English, don't feel ashamed. Those years were not necessarily wasted.
They gave you knowledge. Now you can build the ability to use that knowledge.
Maybe the next year doesn't have to look like the last one.
It doesn't. Start speaking a little sooner. Practice a little more actively. Recover when you make mistakes. And use the English you already have.
Because your goal isn't to wait until your English is perfect. Your goal is to make yourself understood.
And every conversation is another opportunity to practice.
Now it's your turn. Complete this sentence in the comments. I want to improve my English because...
Write your real reason. Maybe it's for work. Maybe it's for travel. Maybe you want to speak with new people. Or maybe you simply want to feel more confident when you open your mouth and speak.
Whatever your reason is, write it below.
And subscribe to Daily English for more real English conversations, B1 to B2 listening practice, practical vocabulary, speaking exercises, and confidence-building lessons with Sarah and Alex.
Don't wait another year to start using the English you already know.
Start with one sentence.
Then another.
And keep going.
See you in the next episode of Daily English.